Many years back, we fixed this headstone for the Jordans, and it unfortunately failed after a couple years. Now this one here is pretty unique in that it's extremely thin and tall. So, I've talked a lot about how sometimes the design of the headstone, you know, destines for failure. The Victorians built nice stuff. Sometimes I get the feeling they didn't think it through for longevity. So this stone may be one of those cases where we have to figure out alternative bracing so that the base stone is doing okay. Thank goodness. So it appears that it's in a granite base, and the granite holds up really good. But the marble memorial stone is another story. I have no doubt that when this thing is up and we spray it with D2, we come back, a month later, the stone's going to look beautiful. As long as it stays up, that these things they have so much leverage at the top. Imagine just lean into it a little bit and it'll just snap again down the bottom. When you start loading it up with hardware, putting pins in it and such, that gets kind of complicated. It's pretty hard to do. So, I do find that getting down on my knees is getting a little less fun these days. See if I can find the edge of this thing. Wow, this big. One nice thing, we've got a big stone that's been down for a long time. We get it back up. It's really satisfying. And then equally disappointing if it falls down again. We're running a different kind of epoxy now than we did 20 years ago. We utilized back then a product called Mastico, and it set up and dried good, but I think it might have been too brittle, and the brittleness of it might have worked against us at some point. It like breaks like glass on a stone. Ooh, that's heavy. Mm-mm-mm. All right. Okay. So get those guys out of the ground, set up, get all the working edges cleaned up. These guys sure know how to make some heavy stuff. Man. There we go. It's been a while since I had seen this stone. I'm pretty sure they're both husband and wife are here in the same plot. Kind of studying the edges of the broken parts like puzzle pieces. Something doesn't make sense. So it must be missing a little bit of material at one corner. And that does happen sometimes. Dale's got this place looking really good with his final mow. Everything looks like carpet today. All indications on this is that the the stone was red from outside the burial area. And that's unusual. I'm sure when we said it the first time, we just went right back on to how it fell. So I'll do a dry fit first. Oh, just can't believe how heavy this thing is. Hmm. Could use your help. I'm just a little puzzled on the direction because all indications it a person would read it from outside. I mean, yeah, but according to the way it fell, boy, sure, it acts like it wants to go home there. I think so. Okay, so how was it laying? That was laying
backwards. Maybe somebody flipped it over.
Yeah, you might be right. They were looking for something at some point.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I got two clean edges. So, you want to mix?
What would you like?
Either way, standing here feels kind of good right now. Oh, you're probably stiff though, huh? Riding around on that. So here, I'm just gonna get this guy right there. So how you doing out there? It looks so nice.
I get this road, then it's just the middle road, and a little bit up on top, and then the back.
Yep. Out there doing good things. It looks real nice.
See a couple of spots after we eat that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there should be plenty of time.
Yeah, we're doing good. I was feeling the joy of using the blower over there on Lefebvre's site and Percival. You know, having so much stuff done ahead of time gives us the ability to look at the unusual.
Right.
And that's what I was feeling such joy about. You know, we don't have to make a choice. We just get to do it all.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe a lot of this and a little bit.
Yeah. So I didn't see the photo up yet, the LeBaron photo up yet. Well, I think maybe they're just busy, but um, unfortunately, the things that are important to us, you know, people can like them somewhat, but I would have gladly hung that photo up for them.
Right.
just for the sake of making sure it got put up.
Right. And you know what? They should have some history there.
Yeah, more than Kerry Bacala.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Yep. Yeah, going into the store, I like showing them that first concrete step, how thick it is on the corner, how we used to take bottles there to turn them in. I wonder how they felt about that. I wonder if that was just a pain in the butt for them. Seeing these flat top haircut kids from Bloomfield come strolling in with 100 bottles looking to get a refund. Without some of that small change, we wouldn't have been able to enjoy Snickers bars as much as we did. Big shout out to M&M Mars for their part in that equation, and the Frosty Root Beer Company, whoever that was at the time. It's a heavy lad.
All right, you fine tune it. Is it kind of squirt a little?
Yeah, you want to put gloves on and wipe away the excess. It's weird. It looks like it's home. I think it has just a tiny bit of forward lean in the base. But we'll get that squared away. I sure like those gloves.
Definitely handy.
Yeah. So since the sisters haven't shown up yet, I'm a little concerned on how they're
what?
the sisters,
I know, yeah.
how they're doing. EB and Mary. I don't know if I know what EB stands for. Does that look okay down there? Does it look like we're lined up? It looks good from up here.
Sure, I mean, that's totally lined up over there.
Yeah.
Do we get a shovel or something and hold it, or?
No, I think I better just hang with it. I think just my breathing kind of, I see my breath a little bit in the stone. No, don't go crazy.
That's got to harden up.
I'm gonna be here.
Stay there.
I'm gonna be here a while.
I wouldn't be putting that top piece on today.
What if I gotta go to the bathroom? Just kidding.
Hand up.
All right, there's the trough I dug around it. So we got to rock it back about 1 or 2 degrees. To counter the forward lean. So I'm just waiting for Dale. That way we can ease the leverage of the post down on the base and gently get it back.
Sure.
All right, let's lean this little fella back some, huh?
Oh.
Think I got her free to where we can. It won't take any jiggling though. That's got me a little concerned. So you probably just have to ease downward pressure. Yeah, it wants to go. Let's try that. Keep going if you can. Okay, right about there. Can you hold that? Hold that in position. Yeah, because I'm probably pulling a few pounds on that one. At least that way we can save where we're at. Yeah, sure did. And we're gonna go a little more. Get my shovel in place so I can help. All right, here we go. Right about there. Can you hold? Okay. All right, go ahead and just gently ease up. No, it still wants to go down. All right. Go ahead and apply pressure again. So the little bit that I give with the shovel helps. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to keep the pressure on with the shovel and try to backfill a little bit. No, I got it. I'm sitting on the shovel. Just like the olden days, man. You know, where we acted like we have 6 hands instead of just 4. All right, ease up on that. And let's take a look. Much better. Yeah. Give me your eyes on the other side there and look at it and see what you think. I think we're there. All right, now with the base leveled and the upright really close to 0 degrees, I can go ahead and clean up this top section here and then the bottom section of the top piece. Some of the old glue I'll chip off. Once I get it clean, I can see it better. Yeah, this stone is definitely one of the, in terms of the height and the thinness, the ratio just is off. Yeah, I don't know what my reasonably expect this stone, how it's going to perform without some additional bracing. You know, as I'm looking at it, the text stops about a foot up off the base. So if we have to, we'll set the whole stone in front of the base, not in the base, but in front of it, down about a foot where the text starts on the stone. So, you know, it'll be shorter, but the longevity is what we're after. So we'll fix it this time, but if it fails again, then we're going to have to go with the other plan. We've done that with a few of the taller thin stones. Enoch Hickman comes to mind, and Cockerel Girl also, where we repaired them, and after a couple years, it failed. Okay, there's no dried epoxy on the top piece. There's some on the bottom piece, and I'll chip that, see if it'll. All right, this is the size of the stone. The repair went good. I'm going to clean it up now. You see a lot of dirt on the back side. Clean up the base, get it good, and no doubt this stone, just like so many others, will come out pearl white once we get it sprayed with D2 and it's allowed to sit for about a month. Yep. So it's a fine looking stone once it's back up. Before that, it's a bit of an eyesore. Something that we know isn't right when it's laying on the ground. So when the whole surface is white, it'll blend in with the white epoxy. When it's oozing, we clean it up. We put gloves on and we go in there with our fingertips, clean it up the best we can before it sets up. But this one's tricky because of the size, the sheer weight of it. Just makes everything more difficult. All right, I'm going to let that set for about a half hour and do a little sweeping around it. In memory of Mary Ann, wife of William Jordan, died September 15th, 1863, aged 30 years. William Jordan died October 31st, 1875, aged 48 years. Both of them way too young. And it has the Masonic Lodge symbol up at the top. All right, it's been about a half hour. I have most all of this dirt swept off. I didn't put too much pressure on it as with the broom or a scraping stick, because I wanted to get D2 on it and get that working. So I'm applying that now. D2 smells like fruit punch. It does a fantastic job. We never know what color the stone is going to turn during the initial application because of the microbes that D2 cleans up. Essentially, it's killing them off, getting them out of the marble stone, which is remarkable how well it does at it. So where once the initial application is on, it keeps working for weeks at cleaning. So I'm soaking it pretty good compared to other stones around here. Ones that have already had 1 or 2 applications of D2, they just need like a light dusting to clean them up again. Usually from a light green or a dark green moss. I didn't straighten their footstone. I'll definitely get it next time, but I will put D2 on it as it has a fair amount of moss on it. So all in all, this process probably took about 2 hours from beginning to end. As I said, it's going to clean up remarkably well. I fully expect this stone to be as white as that one within 4 to 6 weeks.